a new program, which is Egypt's presidential leadership program. It qualifies the younger generation and youth with on different levels to fill and occupy important and vital roles in the ministries, governorates, and even in the president on the long run. And to know more about this program and how it was emerged recently, we are joined with Mrs. Yomna Mostafa, and she's a participant in presidential leadership program, and Ahmed Abul Soud, and he's also a participant. Hello and welcome to our show.
Hello.
Thank you very much for joining us as participants of this program. If you can give us, starting with you, Yomna, an overview around this program.
Okay, this program mainly is, this is the second batch or the second round of this program. It mainly collects people or youth from all over the country, from different governments, governorates, and we are all joined together to take different sessions, awareness in economics, in politics, and project management, and so on, to know more about our country. And meanwhile, we are put in situations to think like the government and to try to come up with solutions to current problems on stage.
What kind of things do you study in order to that enables you to face certain situations, whether you're in charge of a big position, for example?
Here in the program we have many sessions, as Yomna said, that we are studying politics, political science, which is very important to have a background of political science, and also we study management by all branches of management, including project management, managerial sessions, to qualify the members of the program to be qualified as a managers or leaders for the future, which is very important and which is a very new program for the government and for the society.
Yes. Is it about the existing, is it covering the new youth that could be injected within the ministries and government, or is it also about the youth who are fulfilling the criteria inside the ministries today?
Mainly it's for both. In my batch or in my program, we are the youth who are from different governorates. So actually it's qualifying youth, and there's a new program that the president talked about in the last conference that will take people from the current ministries to qualify them to again be inside the ministries again.
What is the current criteria for that, for the people who want to join this program? Okay,
there is mainly, it's a really fair choice. We just apply it online, and then there's a selection process throughout the management, which is very fair actually, and that's it. There is no specific criteria for this. That's it.
Okay, Mr. Ahmed, what you're studying is on the sidelines of your whatever you're working or you're still studying. What's the most interested part in this presidential leadership program?
For me or
for you? Let's start with you.
For me, I am an engineering graduate and I work as an engineer. On the same time, I am studying political science in American University in Cairo. So when I joined the program, I was looking forward to enhance my knowledge in part of political science, and in addition, I worked for more experience in the field of real politics in Egypt. And I think that the program is enhancing the people are engaged in this program to have this much of experience in this field.
Mm-hmm. It's quite interesting to see you saying at the beginning that part of the program is facing challenges that the government faces and finding solutions or out-of-the-box solutions for the existing challenges or blockers.
Yes.
So what does happen, if you can elaborate on this, what happens with the ideas? Does it go back to the government somehow, or is it like a workshop that you may apply those ideas in the future if you become a leader within any ministry or government?
Currently, in the last conference, again, there was a whole 2 sessions about the simulation, where we simulated the governments, and we have studied very well the folders of these ministries and the governorates and all the committees in the country. And we've came up with some of the problems and focused on them, and we have suggested many solutions. What's very good about this experience is that many of our solutions, we have found that the real ministers have applied them on ground. I don't know if that's by luck or if our voice have been heard, but actually this happened, and we are very proud of this. Also, many of our projects are mainly given to the management, and they use it whatever way they do. But actually, it's good that we know that our voice is heard, and all our solutions are actually not just for speaking. It's for achievement on Earth right now.
This is something that you can eventually land in reality.
Yes, exactly. Yes.
Okay, participating in this program, you have the aim to be a minister afterwards, or an important position in your society, or it's something that you needed to face certain challenges on the professional level?
You can share your secrets.
Okay, mainly our role in this program is to be like a connection between the government or the presidential order and the ground and the society and the young people on Earth. So we can make like a bridge between the both sides to share ideas, solutions, and fears. A lot of people in Egypt fear that this program may be a little bit for show or for political gains or whatever, but we are a part of this. We are sharing the dream of the president about the young people, and it's really honest about it.
Mm-hmm.
Interesting. So maybe we can study a little bit about your personal experiences. So starting with you, Yomna, how was your experience during this program so far, and what are your aspirations going forward? What would you be learning, and how are you going to be using what you learned in the near future?
Of course. First of all, I'm working in the government sector. I work in the National Research Center, so I see everything that's happening on Earth. I'm touching it actually.
So you could be like related to government somehow.
Maybe.
Yeah.
But that's not the aim. The aim actually is using whatever I know and learned throughout this experience to try to make where I am better. Because actually I can relate to both, to our dreams and hopes, and on the same page, the actual situation.
Yeah.
So what we are learning is priceless, and the opportunity to be accessible to the ministers, the real ministers, and the president himself is priceless. So this on its own is a huge experience. On the other hand, of course, my personal goals is again making where I am working better, making this country better, in whichever way it is, inshallah.
Maybe I want to ask you about, of course you're realizing that the world is moving so fast. Development is every minute now in this world. What's lacking Egypt nowadays, we always hear this word, we need to think out of the box. We need new ideas, we need youth in most of the important positions. So in this program you're studying, did you learn any new ideas out of the box? You really benefit from new initiatives, experiences?
Yes, we already took sessions about innovation, about creative thinking, about many fields in having a strong background to really think out of the box. But mainly we have a constraint here in Egypt that if you make an idea, which is very booming idea for your colleagues, but in actual society it may be unapplicable. We can't apply it for the government criteria or for society criteria. So the main aim from this project or from this program is how to think out of the box, and in the same time you make an idea which can be applied, really applied according to your country criteria.
Mm-hmm. Yes. Let's speak about scenarios. Let's imagine two scenarios for you, Ahmed and Yomna. Where would you love to be today in the government, and what would you do to change or provide a better opportunity for Egypt? So let's start with you, Ahmed.
For me, I would like to work in Minister of Foreign Affairs, which I simulated in the simulation. I simulated the Minister of Foreign Affairs. For me, we have a clear vision for the foreign affairs and how Egypt has to move in global affairs. We have many projects. For example, we have a project for Egyptian culture centers outside Egypt, which will contain language centers for Arabic language and for Pharaonic language, which is very attractive for tourists. Also, we have a representative for Azhar and Church to provide the Egyptian outside Egypt with a religious background, which is very accessible. Also, we have an idea to make a demo museum inside these culture centers to be visited by the Egyptians outside Egypt and also non-Egyptians, to enhance the tourist part in Egypt.
Yes. So what about you, Yomna? Maybe you have dreams to go
yes, of course.
somewhere, land somewhere and change the world.
Yes, inshallah. Part of being a researcher nowadays, I see a huge opportunity for research in Egypt because our researchers, when they go outside, they boom. So there's something lacking here, and we have the main important tool, which is human resources. So all we have to do is development of the human resources and the process itself. Of course, we also need commercialization of our ideas and our researches so that there is a link somehow between the industry and the research and the colleagues and the graduates that come out from the universities. So this is mainly my focus. Research, higher education and research ministry, and developing the current situation.
Well, Yomna, Mostafa and Ahmed Abu Soud, the participants of the Presidential Leadership Program, thank you very much for joining us.
Thank you.
And now we are moving to this report. It's about the cooperation between the Ministry of Culture and Ministry of Antiquities.